into a culinary adventure where we use this year's color of the year and we put it center stage. Please welcome Chef Devan Rajkumar, who joins us. And Sharon, we pulled you in here because he's using a bunch of the colors from the color of the year. I know you want to get cooking because we've got a big recipe today.
Always anxious.
Always anxious. Let's go. Let's
Lots
get
to do
started,
here.
Chef. You go for it. And while you're
right.
doing that, Cher, let's start by talking about some of the colors and the ingredients we have over there.
This is so exciting to see these pairings. So we've got topaz, and I don't know what this is.
Tandoori.
That is tandoori masala.
I love it. I love it. And blue nova.
Okay, and then we've got grapes and blueberries over
Awesome.
there.
Okay, and then we've got honeybee. Is that honey?
What's in there?
It would make sense,
It
wouldn't
would make
it?
sense.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so it's honey
Okay.
with the color
And we've got
honeybee.
white dove.
Yes, with the
We
parsnips.
got parsnips. I'm excited to see that. I can see a little tidbit of it over there.
Yep.
And then we have hazy lilac. And look
We've
at
got
the color
beautiful
of
cauliflower,
that.
purple cauliflower.
Yes.
That's so inspiring. I love it. And last but not least, teacup rose.
And we have the pork tenderloin. So you're
Okay.
looking at this is like, how do we bring all this together?
Yeah.
This is why I get paid to do what I do, okay?
I'm out of the kitchen now. That's it.
Thanks, Cher. That was great. He's going to make it all work together because you're the pro. So what are
Well,
we making?
It's like colors invoke a lot of emotion. I'm a very
Yes.
emotional guy, especially when I'm cooking. I'm always cooking with so much love. That's why I was so excited to do this segment. And I always love challenges. But we are going to make a butter tandoori basted pork tenderloin. I'm going to use our local blue grapes.
Yeah.
And we're going to make a really nice grape sauce for that. And then with the parsnips, and you can see just the color, that white. When you cut the parsnip open, it's actually quite white on the inside,
Yeah, it
right?
is. Yeah.
We're going to make a parsnip and apple puree.
Oh,
so
nice.
how do we get started on all of this, okay? So the first thing we want to do is I have oil going everywhere. We're using a high smoke point, neutral flavored oil today, right?
Right.
So we have some onions and garlic going into our pot with some parsnip.
Okay.
We need to get this pork tenderloin going. So how does that work? I have a vessel here with some neutral flavored oil. I'm going to go over to that teacup rose.
Do you like
drop
working
this.
with pork tenderloin?
I haven't done pork in so long on the
it's been a
show.
while, huh?
So I was just like, let's switch it up a little bit.
do
Because
it.
they're always like, cook chicken, cook chicken. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do what I want to do.
do
right.
pork.
Yeah. So
Nothing wrong with that.
tandoori masala, this will be available in my cookbook that's coming out. It's a lot of different ingredients. If I add it to the recipe and then it goes on the website, some of you are going to see it and be like, I'm not going to shop for 40 of these ingredients. So I get it. I get it. You can easily go to a South Asian grocery store and pick up tandoori masala.
Yes.
And it'll save you a lot of time. Very important when you're marinating any type of meat that you're getting every square inch of that surface area covered in that marinade. And also, if your food at home is lacking flavor, it's missing that like pow or pizzazz, just wait till this hits the pan and you're gonna see like, you gotta cook with spices at home.
Yeah.
We always talk about it on the show. A lot of people are cooking at home and they have spices in their cabinet that have been there for years.
Yeah, you know.
And I know someone is might be guilty of that
I cook
too,
with
right?
the spices, but there are also spices still there from when we moved in 2011. I'm just saying. I'm not alone.
Moving on.
Moving right along.
Okay, so we have our pork cooking out. Let's talk, and the parsnips is cooking as well. While that's going, I'm gonna add a little bit of light cream into the mix. Anytime you're making any type of puree, parsnip, apple, butternut squash, sweet potato, whatever it is that you're doing, always try to get that liquid just above the floating vegetables that are in there.
All right.
Thus, when you go to blend it, you'll have a really beautiful puree. The worst thing you want to do is add too much liquid into your puree and then you go to blend it and it's too thin.
Yeah.
And then you have to thicken it up. You have to add more vegetables to it or you have to introduce cornstarch or xanthan gum at that point. We don't really want to do that.
We don't want to do that.
So this gets going over here. To make this grape sauce, we have shallots over here. I'm going to add some garlic into the mix. And then we have our
blueberries?
And this is the Blue Nova inspiration that we have
very
today.
nice.
These are blue grapes.
Oh, they're grapes. They're grapes.
But what I'm going to do, though, is because this goes actually quite purple when it starts to saute and it gets nice and broken down. So we're going to add some blueberries into the mix here. But we're going to finish with them, and they're just over here on that palette. So everything is sauteing here.
Everything's happening at once. You have to be very organized if you're going to cook this way.
Everything is happening at once. Mise en place is really important. So it's like I have everything going here. I don't have time to run down to my pantry to grab more olive oil or whatever it is that you're using at that time. So we have everything sauteing. If I was cooking at home, it'd probably be a little bit hotter. because we're moving a little faster, but I just
Yeah.
want to make sure that everything gets the respect that it deserves over here. So the pork tenderloin, as it's sauteing, here are my tongs right behind me. We want to get nice color, and this should start to perfume the air in here, and it's going to smell really, really good.
I smelt it as soon as I came into the studio.
Exactly.
Are you kidding me? It smells beautiful.
So we get nice color here into the oven.
Yeah.
When the parsnips are soft, we can add some green apple to it. We blend
Nice.
it, and then our salsa is going to break down, and then we finish it with chives. And then we're also going to be adding some more aromatics into it, like rosemary and stuff like that.
What are you doing with the purple cauliflower?
I thought you would never ask. So that's our hazy lilac over there.
Yeah.
This you can roast in the oven, or you can blanch it and shock it like I did. Into hot water for a minute or two, and then into ice water to stop the cooking. And then I hit it with red wine vinegar, and it gets this really beautiful purple color. It's stunning.
Oh, that's lovely.
I'm going to start plating, which I think is really
Put
important.
it all together, but first let's start with the plate. So you've got a beautiful blue Nova plate.
Beautiful plate here.
Very
We
nice.
have our parsnip puree that has been pureed, and it's really nice. So we have
Look at the artful chefiness of
a
that.
very simple pattern that's here.
Very nice.
Okay, if you want to learn how to do that, practice. There's really no
Watch
rhyme or
this
reason
over
to
a
it.
million times and copy his movements, and you will get it.
The oven was turned off a little while ago. The plate is still extremely hot, so use gloves when you're at home, okay? That's really something that you want to do.
played that off really well. He's like,
Yes.
so I'm burning.
So we are going to take some slices. It has been rested now
that
for a little
looks
bit.
good, Chef.
Yes, it's really, really yummy. So we're going to get 3 pieces of this, and we're going to fan it out. For anybody at home, like, how do I know when the pork's done?
Yeah.
Look how nice and juicy, right? 145 internal Fahrenheit is what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So we can put this right down the middle of our plate.
Every time I go to take the temperature on meat, I realize the food thermometer has no batteries in it. Like, at some point, am I going to change the batteries? I don't know. It's always like, surprise! Hopefully it's done.
So we have
this
the
is a better way to do it.
The blue is from our plate. Then we have our
This is the most vibrant,
purple cauliflower is going to come on both sides.
beautiful looking meal.
This is all inspired by the colors that we have, right? We have some crispy bits that are going to go on there too, because I love using, this is like more South Asian flair.
Yeah, it's
And then
nice.
I have beautiful microgreens that are going to go on top
Hit it.
here as well.
Beautiful.
So we have broccoli that goes on top. I love popcorn.
Yeah.
It's going to look really, really stunning. This is not a difficult dish to make. Get this recipe, make it at home, and then charge your family to come downstairs and eat it.
I think that's reasonable.
Like, I mean, stunning.
That looks incredibly delicious. Give it up for Chef. Find the recipe.